Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another video. So, funny story, I actually recorded, but I totally messed up the recording. It was set to what I have to set my recording app to for Magikami, so not really going to be much different, except I used the Gacha coin in the recording before because I was showing it to you guys. But I'll just go over what it did here before actually going over what was in the update. And yeah, I think it's a piece of garbage. It only gives you one pull. So as you can see, I have one gacha streak on Uno. I didn't use any gems. I just used the coin. And it gives you one desire point. As far as what it drops, I actually remember exactly what it dropped. So I'll come into my inventory. You see I have a new weapon. So, well, I know what it is, but since I can just sort it. Recent, there, that one. Where is it? Can't you just sort this? Well, either way, I'll fish it out. It was a shitty survival knife. It was this item. This is what I got from my gacha coin. So yeah, this is like dirt. Oh, what even is this? I would rather just have the 2 super rare tickets. I stand by my opinion. The coin is worthless garbage. It doesn't give 10 pulls. It just gives you a pull in the gacha for you to get whatever BS the gacha throws at you. This is terrible for people who are brand new to the game because they're not getting 2 super rares a week to help build their account. And it's just pretty much throwing them to the wolves once they're done with their 4 weeks of ultra rare tickets, because when you start out you get an ultra rare at the end of the week for your first 4 weeks. At the end of that, it used to be that you got 2 super rare tickets that could give either a weapon or supporter. Now you only get 1 gacha coin, and that 1 gacha coin can give you rares, so immediately it's insanely... It's just terrible. It's insanely terrible, because you went from getting a guaranteed super rare and up for your time playing the game to just getting the chance of having rares thrown into your pulls, and let's face it, with the drop rate of rares compared to super rares and ultra rares from any gacha banner, you're probably going to get a rare and get shafted. Now, the benefits are here. You do get a streak for each gacha coin. You do get a desire point, of course. And, I have seen some people comment saying, oh, if you get 100 gacha coins, you can hit pity. Yeah, that's fine and all, but that takes 100 weeks. And I'm going to just leave this subject with that. If you're okay with waiting almost 2 years just to get pity from your logins, that's fine for you, I guess, but I'd rather have the super rare tickets back. So, with that negativity out of the way, let's get into the next line of negativity. We have Maika here. No, not this. This one. She's terrible, at least in my opinion. I'm going to go over how events work because we have been seeing some new players who don't know yet. So, when you start the event, you play through these maps, you get tickets to pull in the event gacha. After you beat easy, you will unlock normal. After you beat normal, you will unlock hard. If you're not able to clear hard, the best place to farm is normal 5 if you can clear that. If you are able to clear hard, farm on hard 5, and that will give you the most possible tickets per run. Coming over to the gacha. How this works is there's going to be this little refresh button at the top that kind of looks grayed out, but you can click it, as you can see. When you click this button, it resets the box. To be able to reset the box, you need the rare item from said box. So, every odd-numbered box is going to have a Maika in it. Every even-numbered box is going to have a rare gacha ticket. So, if I pull in box 1, get my hands on the Maika, then I can reset and move on to box 2. The benefit to doing this is if you do this up to box 9 and get the Maika from box 9, you will have finished the event and gotten her to S level 5. So, that's the point to doing it. You're getting a finished supporter out of it. Now, on very rare occasions, box 10 would have a theme in it and have special items, but in this case, box 10 is the normal thing, so after you finish box 9, you don't have to keep farming these boxes. Now that that's been explained, for anyone who's new and doesn't know how events work, yes, you can get 5 out of 5 copies, you just have to reset the box after each rare item drop. We're going to look at the rare item, or the main draw of the event, which would be Kamimura Maika. So, This is my honest opinion, guys. I think she's a terrible supporter. Like, and yeah, I understand she's free to play, and free to plays can't be amazing and can't be meta and blah blah blah, and I get that, and I don't expect anything from this company. Like, I think they're scummy just like the next guy. I see it, like, so no, I don't expect anything, but when I'm playing a gacha game, there are certain, like, rules that all gachas follow that this game just seems to throw out the window. One rule being is power creep, right? Every gacha I've ever played, and I've been playing them since 2012, and I've welled in quite a number of gachas. Every gacha game follows like a power creep rule where everything gets progressively stronger as you play the game. This includes free to play stuff. So, free to play supporters should be getting better over time, not getting worse. And the reason I say this is because like the gacha supporters now we're getting are obviously like a little bit power creepy. If we come over to the gacha, things like this Renko, for example, she has two abilities tied to her active. She has a passive and then an active, and then she has two beneficial passives with her actual Gale Wall passive. That's power creep. Like most early supporters that are ultra rare just have one passive and they just have like one active. Like they don't have all this stuff going on. And you can see that with the new supporter as well with Yuno. She has her active, which includes a passive and the active, and then she has kind of a double passive too, but at least one of the abilities is a negative. Point being, like, these gacha supporters have been getting way better compared to what we had access to at the beginning, while the free-to-play supporters were really good at the start and then slowly got worse. Another good example of power creep, or where the power creep started as far as gacha, would be someone like Spica. She's right here. Who literally, like, she, again, has, like, the double passive with beneficial things, and then she has, like, an AoE ability that deals damage on top of giving you invulnerability. So she kind of has, like, 4 ability syndrome, too, where each of her abilities do 2 things. This is kind of where the power creep really started. But getting off the subject of power creep, this is where I draw my opinion of Maika that she's absolutely terrible. We'll look at her ability now. Basically what she does is she increases damage dealt with skills only to enemies who have a debuff on them by 16%. So, at max S level, that would double to 32% damage, but it only affects skills, right? So the first issue with Maika is that she's blue. There's already a plethora of good blue supporters out there that just kind of overshadow her, making her not so great. The other thing is her active is terrible. She deals 290% damage to all enemies, which is okay, and then she activates a burn on them that would deal an additional 24% damage for 10 seconds. This does activate her passive for 10 seconds, but the issue being is the ability has a 51-second cooldown, and it's not that great. Characters like Spica only have a 49-second cooldown, and she gives literal invincibility. So, like, things like Maika are just a little bit weak, in my opinion. Especially if you go back to, like, older free-to-play supporters. For example, supporters, we'll just click rarity. Okay, so Onigumo here. Like, we have this supporter. This was our very first free-to-play supporter. Everything about her overshadows what Maika does. So then, from my logic of power creep, like, Maika should have been before this. This is way better. This supporter is insanely good. And honestly, we haven't had a supporter that's been better than this since the game started. Which is just a bad thing. Because, like, you had a lot of people who didn't even know the game came out, and they don't have her. The other good free-to-play supporter that I'll mention here... Where the heck is she? Just come here and go up top. Oh, come on, game. There she is. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we have Yozora. This is the only other good free-to-play supporter, in my opinion, because she's really good at what she does. She gives you, like, a nice heal, and then she has a decent stun, and, you know, that's okay. Like, that's a fine supporter. Like, she's good at what she does. She brings some sustainability to red builds. And with red builds running things like Homura, she does nothing but help. So yeah, she's not like super meta, she's not super great. Onigumo is like meta for killing demons. So those two are great. And then like when you have stuff like Katajina, which just is kind of terrible, she's not too great, no one really uses her. And you have things like Nanami, which like they're good at healing, but it doesn't really do anything for your clear times. It's just kind of meh on the free-to-play front. They really need to release some sort of supporter that has just a better overall ability. That doesn't mean like I want it to be like us to get a free-to-play supporter that gives like 40 seconds of invincibility or some OP ability like that, but just something better, like something better than this. This is just, it almost makes me not want to do the event. Like I'm going to do it for the collection aspect and because I think Maika is really pretty, but outside of that, like, yeah, I'll never use her supporter, and at this point now, I just want her to be playable so I can get some use out of the character. Moving on from that, the last thing we're going to look at, because this is the only other thing that was added, was Yuno. Yuno's amazing, guys, especially for Asagi. She increases crit rate of normal attacks by 8%. Normal attacks, each normal attack uses 5% of particles. So that negative is pretty small because you are getting crit rate to your normals, and someone like Asagi, who doesn't mind spamming normals, will do just fine with her. And at max S level, this would be 16% crit rate, which is pretty dang high. I do think the particle amount used may scale up as well with S level, but even then, paying 10% particles to do 16% crit isn't half bad in my opinion. Especially with her passive, which would increase critical damage of normal attacks by 28%. That's going to be 56% at max level, or max awakening in this case because it's her ability. And then on top of that, if you activate the ability, she would make you invulnerable for 7 seconds, scaling up to 14 seconds on a 65-second cooldown. So do I think this supporter is worth it? Yes, I used my Gacha coin here, and of course the Gacha coin is worthless garbage, so I didn't get her. But overall, yeah, Yuno's worth it. If you want to go for her, I don't blame you. Invincibility supporters are basically the meta right now, and they break the game. Like, I've been having a great time with Spica, and I wish I could get this one, but I'd rather save my gems for Kirara, because that's my dream character. So with that, that's pretty much the video. Like, there wasn't much else added. Like, I don't think we got anything new to the pool. I think the last thing we got was Spica. Yeah, that's all we have so far. She was added last week. So there's nothing else to really talk about. I am sorry I messed up the first recording. Like, it was terrible. It wasn't worth posting, so I just deleted the video. But yeah, the Gacha coin, I did use it. So you guys know, like, if you want further proof, because people may think I'm lying, as you can see, I have the coin, I claimed it, and I don't have one in my inventory, because if I did, it would show up on the Gacha screen. Right here. Not for you, but for here. And to verify, no, I could not use the coin here. I could only use it here and here. So yeah, it's terrible overall. Like, to get a rare item after waiting a week is awful, especially since the logins already give 2 rare tickets. And again, like, it just ruins the fact that new players can build up. Like, they really need to find a way for new players to get super rares again, because the login bonus was really benefiting them. I don't know what they're going to do to fix that now. But either way, try to stick with the game, guys. Like, I've been getting a lot of messages, like, as far as the Gacha coin, people are quitting the game just because of it. One guy, like, left a really long-winded message in my Discord server today saying he's quitting because he leveled up Sue and she's terrible and he's let down by that fact. So, like, yeah, people are leaving the game for various reasons, and that's disappointing because I want the game to survive. That guy even went so far as to say he wants the game to burn to the ground, but I don't want that. Like, I just want them to do better as a company and appease their players. Like, because I don't want new players to start the game and feel restricted. On the same front, I don't want veteran players to feel like they're getting nothing, and with things like Maika, it really feels like I'm going to get nothing from this event, but I'm still going to do it because it's a part of the collection. So with that, like, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, like, on the Gacha coins or on the supporter. Like, if anyone comes up with a great Maika build, I'll change my opinion and I'll share the build. But for now, yeah, I think she's pretty terrible and worthless. I think the Gacha coin is terrible and worthless. And as far as this weekly update, like, I'm really kind of let down. On top of the fact that we're now being triple monetized again with 3 limited gachas here. Well, this is really technically the only limited thing because this stuff will get added to the pool, but the uprates for these are limited. Like, this is just total choking of the community and cash grabbing and milking. And the only real defense we have against it is a gacha coin that isn't going to do crap. So, yeah, that's. I don't know. You guys have a great rest of your day. Have good luck in your gachas in the arena. And you guys go ahead and take care. I hope you do enjoy the event. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.